Hey, middle school ministry families, welcome to week 4 of Never Be the Same. How many of you enjoy watching TV shows where people restore something that's been worn and tattered? You know what I'm talking about, Magnolia Farm fans. A couple named Chip and Joanna Gaines have made themselves famous and made a living off of restoring old houses on a TV show you might have heard of called Fixer Upper. To restore something means to bring it back to its original state, the way that it was supposed to be. Humans were created to be in a relationship with God. Sin messed it up, and we couldn't be in a relationship with God because of sin. We had to pay a price for sin, and that price was separation from God, not being able to be in a relationship with Him. And the only way the price could be paid was through a perfect person who had never sinned. No human being could fulfill that, so God sent Jesus, fully God, fully man. Jesus never sinned. He died as our representative. His death satisfied God's anger against us so that we would face God's anger no more. Jesus had to die in order for our debt of sin to be paid in full, and on the third day, He rose again, defeating death, defeating sin. See, the resurrection of Jesus, it is an essential part of the gospel message and a key doctrine in the Christian faith. It proves that Jesus Christ is the Son of God. The empty cross and the empty tomb are God's receipts, telling us that the debt has been paid. We need the resurrection. We have to understand that Jesus rose from the dead. We need to understand Jesus' resurrection in order to understand our restoration. A few weeks ago, we read about the disciple Peter denying Jesus 3 times right before Jesus was crucified. And one of the times Peter denies Jesus is around a charcoal fire. And the next time, and the only other time we see the phrase charcoal fire used in the Bible is in John chapter 21, where Jesus appears to the disciples and is cooking breakfast for them on the shore over a charcoal fire. And so we have this incredible moment where we see Jesus restore Peter to what he was created to do. Jesus did not recreate the charcoal fire to bring up Peter's faults, but to restore him and give him purpose, to show him that he was forgiven, that Peter's debt of sin was paid in full. Like Peter, Jesus has restored us. That's why on Wednesday night, each student went home with a piece of charcoal to remind us that Jesus' resurrection gives us restoration with God. The resurrection brings us back to God, to the relationship we were designed for. And He's given us purpose to go, to make disciples, to share the gospel with our friends, with our peers, with our neighbors, with the world. And that's why when we realize everything that Jesus has done for us, we'll never be the same. And we'll want to share that with everyone we know. Thanks, middle school families, for letting us be a part of your lives. We'd love to see you tonight at 7 p.m. for our Good Friday service, and then on Sunday at 8:45, 10, or 11:30. And we'll have Sunday school at 8:45 in the basement, and we're just so looking forward to celebrating Easter with you and celebrating the baptism of some of our own students and some elementary students. So thanks, middle school families. Have a great Easter weekend.